Hi, I'm John Mulhagen. Today we're going to show you some of the features that we have on our silencer hydraulic tilt chute. The first thing we'll show you is the tilting motion it makes to tilt the animal over. Okay, what we've done right here is we've given you the basic, the main function of this silencer is to tilt the animal over. And the reason why we tilt this animal is we want to be able to get to those hooves or to those legs. If we need to trim a hoof or maybe do some sort of a surgery, it gets us to the bottom part of the animal at an ergonomically correct place for us to work on. The next feature that I'm going to show you is the fact that how we actually access these animals is through these two drop-out floor doors, and I will demonstrate how those work right now. Okay, this is what we do. We take the floor of this chute and we literally just drop it out of the way. This lets us access the animal's legs. Now the next thing we're going to want to do is now we have an animal, we have access to the legs, but what if now we need to work on a specific hoof or leg, and we need to control that. Mainly on these big animals, they have so much power that we need to be able to hold that leg, get some sort of restraint on that leg, so that we can actually do the work we need to be doing on it. So I will demonstrate how our hydraulic leg pull works. Now, for instance, if we were going to try to get a hold of this back leg, we would put our block and tackle at this location. And what this does for us, if this leg were right here, this is our snare, so to speak. And so what we would do is we're going to take and we're going to hit that right like this. And if you'll notice how this particular snare works, once you start pulling on this, now you've got a good grip on this leg. So this is going to keep that animal's leg from swinging around up and down. Another thing we could do for additional restraint is narrow us up right here, and that also helps hold that. And when we get done working on this leg, one of the very important things is we have to be able to release this, because this animals will have a lot of pull on this. And so if you notice that when this thing releases under a lot of pressure, it still won't get tight on us. So we can release it right away and pull this back off and get that out of the way. This shows you some of the different places that we actually will set our block and tackle to get it to work for us. I'll go ahead and put this away, close up the floor, and we'll tilt this animal back over so we can get to our next one. Now we'll go ahead and release the head gate. Give it some lower squeeze. Now we're going to look as though we were going to, one thing we want to look at here is the fact that our rear tail door, what we call the rear tail door, stays on the ground. And the reason why that is, and I will show you by re-tilting this. Okay, you'll notice that this is still on the ground, and what that does for us is this keeps animals from escaping, going underneath of us as we're working. So it is an option, but we think it's a good option if you're running multiple animals through at a time. Let me show you how that works. Another thing that we can do with this unit is our adjustment height. We can tilt this animal to a specific point, and so we have a manual setting that helps us set that tilt so it's as far as we want them to tilt over. So we can tilt them partially over, or we can tilt them farther over, depending on where we want the animal to lay in the chute. One of the next features that we want to show you on this is our remote control feature. What we do is we put our hydraulic controls on a separate pedestal, and what this does for us is this lets us be able to operate this at any place along the chute, and also work the different mechanisms on the chute from this location so that they stay with us rather than with the tilting mechanism themselves. One other thing that isn't actually being shown on this, but actually is equipped for it, is this particular silencer tilt chute also is equipped with scales. The scales aren't on it right now, but it's a great feature that can be added onto it when we build it for you.